What's going on, fellow Walking Dead fans? Solid Dave Snake here, bringing you my final review on the Walking Dead TV series 7.5 action figures by Mcfarlane Toys. And in this final review, we're going to take a look at the single walker in the series, the Cell Block Flu Walker. And you're probably telling yourself right now, wow, I can't believe Solid Dave Snake is just now finally doing a review on this Flu Walker, since this action figure has been out for about 2 months now. And actually, about 2 months ago, I did do a review on it. However, I made it an exclusive review over at my new Facebook page, Solid Dave Snake at Facebook, which I'll put a link in the description below. If you haven't already given it a like, go give it a like and check out my original review on this Flu Walker, as it may be a good bit different in this review. But now that I have said that, let's jump right into this action figure. And I really love this walker. It's my favorite action figure out of this series, because this series 7.5 is part of the Solid series, which are reuses and retools and repaints of older action figures that have been made in this Walking Dead TV series line. However, it uses a ton of new parts. It uses the base parts off of the Glen Rhee action figure. So, this was the original figure that it started using parts off of. However, it has a ton of new molded and sculpted parts here and a totally different paint job. And you can probably see right away, the biggest difference is the head. We get an entirely new head sculpt, which was, of course, needed to make a walker. And we have entirely new hand sculpts. And the biggest surprise to me was the new torso sculpt, because in the prototype pictures, it looked like the same torso piece. But it is given a little bit of a slunched over look for the walker, and you can really tell on the back here how the folds and wrinkles lay in different ways, that it's a totally new sculpt. So that I was surprised about. The biggest piece on the figure was a newly molded piece. But it doesn't end there. Instead of Glenn's holster for his pistol, we get a pouch. And then on the opposite side, instead of Glenn's sheath for his knife, we get a strap. It looks like a broken strap. And then we get totally new shoes as well. Instead of Glenn's boots, he almost has these moccasin type boots on. And then we get totally new painted parts as well. His shirt is blue, and the pants are just a regular plain tone down there instead of the green bottoms Glenn has. So, a lot of differences. But now that I've shown off the differences, we'll put Glenn aside and give you an up-close look at this Cell Block Flu Walker. And I'll get in nice and close on this new head sculpt here, which looks great. Of course, this figure is based off of one of the zombies from the first part of Season 4, whenever all the inmates, people living at the prison, were starting to catch the flu, and when they would die from it, they would be bleeding out of the eyes and nose and mouth. So, of course, it carried over with the zombies. And it did a great job with his hair. Mcfarlane always sculpts the hair really nice on these figures. But I really love the way they did those eyes. That's the best thing on this face sculpt. They look really sunken in and have a nice blood layout with the paint there. Although he could use some coming out of his nose and a little more out of the mouth. But that looks good. Neck area even has a little dried up blood, which the sculpt in there looks really good. Blood soaked here on the front of his shirt, which fades out really nice. It did a good job transitioning that blood soaked look to the shirt. And of course we get a whole new torso piece, so we get all kinds of new folds and wrinkles, which look fabulous. Mcfarlane always does a great job with those as well. And of course his upper and lower part of his arm is the same as the Glen Rhee, however painted different. And these new hands really look good. I like the grabbing position. This right one has a more curled look to the fingers, where this left one's a little more stretched out. So it gives it a unique look, both hands having the fingers in different positions. However, the only gripe I have on this figure is that piece of articulation right here with the cut and the hinge is a little bit of a lighter skin tone to the plastic than the hand and the forearm. But besides that, everything looks great up there. And like I said, the pants are the same, however colored different. But we get this new pouch piece on the right hand side, and this what looks to be broken strap on the left hand side. And the new shoes came out real nice. However, the way that they are angled, they kind of go up a little bit, so it's hard to get them to stand completely flat at times. And no detail on the bottoms, really. Actually, there is a little bit of treading detail right on the right hand side. The left hand side has some manufacturing information. So, all in all, this figure looks great. What a great use of an old body mold. And I know they used a lot of new pieces, but this is what us fans would like to see in the Solid series. A little more pizzazz and added parts, new paint, stuff like that. Not just total rehashes like that Series 2 Shane and that original Rick, that Series 4 Rick, where they were basically just reuses of the same exact figures. And especially that initial flashback series with the Michonne and RV Zombie, just bad. But if you want to see the articulation, go check out that video in the Facebook page. I go over the articulation on that one. But, alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this review, and stay tuned because there will be a lot more Walking Dead videos coming soon. Series 8 will be hitting hopefully this month. So, keep your fingers crossed, guys, and I'll catch you then.